So one of the best whiskey drinks and experiences I've ever had was about 7 years ago when I was in Puerto Rico and I was visiting this little beach bar near 𝗪𝗁𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗯𝗹𝗆 on the west coast. And of course, being in the Caribbean, I ordered a whiskey and coconut water, at which point the bartender went behind the bar and pulled out an entire coconut and a machete, of course, started spinning the coconut in her hand while expertly chopping the lid off the coconut, poured out some of the coconut water and replaced it with lots of ice and a very generous pour of blended Scotch whiskey. And this drink stuck with me so much that I used it as an inspiration for a coconut highball about a year later when I was working on this rum-finished Dewars we had at the time. And it begs the question of why does certain whiskies and coconut make a really good flavor pairing? And what it comes down to is this little compound you find in American oak called oak lactone, which gives you this coconut flavor. So you'll find a lot in blended scotches where it's sort of pulled through and lifted by some of the fruitier, floral, nuttier single malts combined with that grain whiskey, so it doesn't really overpower or cover up. You'll find it in American whiskies, of course, that have been aged in first fill American oak, and any other whiskies that may have American oak influence too. And the best way to find it, actually, if you're not sure, is take a bit of whiskey and just pour it into the palm of your hand. And after rubbing it together, a bit like you're about to put on an aftershave or a perfume, is just have a little smell. And what you probably find is this kind of toasted coconut note, or maybe like 𝗪𝗁𝗃 or tannic snowballs if you're from Scotland. And that's effectively where you know there's that oak lactone influence. And it's probably going to play well in a whiskey pina colada, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Where it doesn't play so well, coconut water and whiskey, is when the whiskey has more of a sherry or wine cask finish or maturation, or there's more of a European oak presence as well, because you've got more of that sort of heavy tannin, which doesn't really play well with the proteins and the electrolytes that you get in coconut. They sort of clash and you end up with this kind of bitter and chalky sort of taste in your drink. But ultimately, the best way to find out is to go and explore and have a play. So if you've had any fun whiskey coconut combinations either in cocktails or highballs, leave me a comment below and let me know how it tasted. So cheers.